Hey guys, this is Mr. Grice for Algebra Unit 8 Review C. Remember to show all your work. Now, just a heads up, this review is going to be a lot faster than the other ones because I'm not going to be teaching too much. If you want to see those videos, watch Review A and Review B. Okay? So, I will help you out with some of the formulas and get you started. Now, it says to graph each quadratic equation and identify the specified parts. So, the first thing that we have to do for one is to find the vertex. We always find the vertex first, and that is the opposite of B over 2A. Remember what's your A, what's your B, and what's your C. So the opposite of B, well, if B is -4, the opposite of that would be 4 over 2 times 2, which gives you 1. And then we go 2 higher and 2 lower. Now, you guys are in charge of finding the rest of the numbers and doing the graph. Okay, you're going to plug into the equation and solve it. Good luck. Okay, those are the numbers that you should have got. Let's go ahead and answer the questions below. Your vertex, you should know right away what your vertex is. That's the most important point. The axis of symmetry is the line that goes through the vertex. Your y-intercept is where x equals 0, where it touches the x-axis, or the y-axis, I'm sorry, and that's at the point 0, 4. And our x-intercepts is where it touches the x-axis, and in this case there are none. All right, let's look at number 2. Number 2 is a little different when we're finding the vertex because it's in standard form, okay? That means we take the opposite and this stays the same. So right away we know the vertex is -5, 2. And then once again we go 2 higher and 2 lower. And same thing, you guys are in charge of doing the rest. Go ahead and pause the video and good luck. Okay, and there you go. I'm kind of drawing the axis of symmetry right now. That's what your graph should have looked like. Now, once again, the vertex, you should have gotten the vertex 100% correct. -5, 2. Our axis of symmetry, once again, is the line that goes through the vertex. The y-intercept, now that's where it crosses, we said, the y-axis. And if we don't know, we have to plug in 0 for x, okay? Because just remember, x equals 0 in that point. You can go ahead and look at number 1. All right, so when you're doing that, all you do is plug in 0. So let's go back to the original equation. Y equals -0 plus 5 squared plus 2. And we get -23. And the solutions are where it crosses the x-axis, and it crosses twice this time, and we have to round. And when you round, you should get -6.5 and -3.5. Okay. Bottom, it says solve the following quadratic equations using an appropriate method from the list below. Okay. The key thing is we have to set the equation equal to 0. All right, number 3. Looking at our quadratic terms, we're going to move the smaller one. So -4x squared to both sides and -2x. Everything on the right cancels and we get 0. And we get x squared plus 8x minus 20. And this one we're going to solve by factoring, okay? You can use the shortcut, and you're looking for numbers that multiply. We wanted to multiply to get to negative 20 and add to get to 8. Okay, and you can use the shortcut on here because your leading coefficient is 1. You should have got the numbers, what? Negative 2 and 10. Okay, so we have x minus 2, x plus 10. And when you solve that, we get x equals negative 10 and positive 2. Okay, number 4. 4 is already set equal to 0, so we want to see if we can factor it. So 2 times 7 is 14. Are there numbers that multiply to get to 14 and add to get to 15? And there are, guys. It's 1 and 14. It works for both of those, okay? This time we have to split the middle term. 2x squared plus 1x plus 14x plus 7 equals 0. Go ahead and draw the line and split. Take the GCFs out of each of those, and I'm going to let you guys do the rest, okay? Good luck. Pause that video. Okay, and when you're all done, you should get x equals negative 7 and negative 1/2. Okay, number 5. Now, number 5, we're going to solve by StatMet. And I know that right away because we have parentheses. All right, so when we're doing this, the first thing we do is subtract the 8 to both sides. And we get negative 6, x plus 3 squared equals 0. I like it when it equals 0 because I can do the rest of these steps a lot faster. We're left with, we're going to divide to get rid of that negative 6, and 0 divided by negative 6 is 0. Take the square root of 0 is 0, and we're left with x plus 3 equals 0. Woo! And you end up getting x equals negative 3. All right, number 6. Is there a GCF? Nope. And then the next part would be multiply, and we're looking for numbers that multiply to get to negative 20 and add to get to 2. There's nothing, which means quadratic formula. So we got A, B, and C. So if you want to write down A equals 5, B equals 2, and C equals negative 4, we're going to do the quadratic formula, okay? So x equals the opposite of b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac, and I'm going to plug those in right now. So b squared minus 4ac all divided by 2 times a. So the first thing we have to do is the discriminant, which is the part underneath the square root. So in your calculators, you should be doing 2 squared minus 4 times 5 times negative 4. And that gives you the part that's underneath, the 84. Okay, so this part right here goes underneath, and 2 times 5 right there. Now the rest of this, the negative 2 plus or minus all divided by 10, we take the square root of 84, which is 9.17 because we have to round it. And then we put it into our two equations, the negative 2 minus 9.17 divided by 10 and negative 2 plus 9.17 divided by 10. Okay? And that's where we'll get our two answers. Go ahead and pause the video and fill that out. Okay, and those should be your two answers. X equals negative 1.12 and 0.72. You did have to round to get those. All right, number 7. Let's go ahead and move everything to the left because that's where our positive quadratic term is. Everything cancels and we get 6x squared minus 30. Okay? Now, there's no linear terms, so you're going to do SADMAP. So go ahead and pause the video and solve. Okay, and you get plus or minus 2.24. All right, number 8. Remember, we always want to set our equation equal to 0. So I'm going to add 2 to the other side. And we get 3x squared plus 4x plus 8 equal to 0. And you want to think to yourself, are there numbers that multiply to get to 24 and add to 4? I don't think so. So what we're going to do is the quadratic formula where a equals 3, b equals 4, and c equals 8. And this time you guys are all on your own. Okay, I'll be nice and write down what the quadratic formula is. And pause the video, and good luck. Okay, and you should have gotten no real solution because when you did this discriminant, the part underneath the square root, you get a negative number. Okay. Number 9, it says the path of an object falling is represented by the equation h equals negative 16t squared plus 40, where t is the time in seconds and h is the height of the object above the ground. So the first thing you need to write down for all of these is you're looking for the height or the time. So for each one of these, I'm just, boom, I'm going to put this in here because I need to know that that's what I'm looking for. Okay, and one more. Man, don't you guys wish you could do cut and paste on yours? Too bad, so sad. Anyways, A, how far above the ground will the object be after 0.5 seconds? Well, hey, they told me the seconds. I'm trying to find the height. So h equals negative 16t squared plus, it's plus 40, right? Yeah, plus 40. I get all of these problems confused. So I'm just setting these up, guys. You're doing them yourself. Okay. B, how long did it take the object to reach a height of 10 feet above the floor? So our height is 10, and we're trying to find the time. So t, the 10, I'm sorry, 10 equals negative 16t squared plus 40. And guys, I would use SADMAP to solve that. C, how long did it take for the object to land on the floor? Well, they're telling you right there that the height is 0, and you're trying to find the time. So 0 equals negative 16t squared plus 40. And just like the last one, I would use SADMAP. D, what was the initial height of the object before it started to fall? Now, what was the initial height? Okay, so we don't know what the height is, but it says that we know what the time is, but it doesn't say anything. Well, did it fall yet? No, if it didn't fall, did we start any time yet? No, so time is 0. So for this one, h equals negative 16 t squared plus 40, and our time is 0. You guys can do all of those. I'm not going to go through and show you how to solve those. And the last one, number 10, use the discriminant to identify how many real solutions this has. Well, the discriminant is just the b squared minus 4ac. You have to get your equation set equal to 0. So we have to add 3x, add 3x, add 12, add 12. So we get 2x squared plus 8x. What's that? Plus 8 equals 0. So find out what your A is, what your B is, and what your C is. Plug it in, and it'll tell you how many answers you have. So guys, I'm sorry that I didn't go through this, but I've already made 2 other videos that have completely gone over these types of problems, and all of the answers are also on the bottom. Now, if you have any questions or you need specific help on this, please come see Ms. Carranza or myself. We would love to help you out. Otherwise, this is Mr. Grice signing off for Algebra Unit 8, Review C. Thanks for watching.